Yeah. So we're using this or that.
This should be working onto that.
Right.
And it says we should be live.
All right. All right, everybody. Welcome here to Pittsburgh. We're underway already. 13:55 remaining, first period, 0-0 against Team Maryland. Rampage, the visitor today. It's been a fairly even game so far, barely 3 minutes in. Puck inside the Rampage zone right now. Now we have our first penalty of the game, and I think it's going to go against Rampage. From the looks of it, the arm's up. It will. It'll be against Rampage. Shot goes over the crossbar. Now they take the goaltender off, add the extra skater. Rampage is going to touch it up here in the corner, and that'll be the first penalty of the game. Comes at 13:19 remaining in the first period. See what the call is here.
Yeah.
Sure if it's an interference or a rough. He had him up against the boards. It's a soft call. Didn't feel like it really warranted it, but it's Sanborn going to the box now. And he's going to call, it looks like a rough there. So a minute 30, or they're putting 2 minutes up here. They did this yesterday. Then they changed it to a minute 30. So for now, there we go. Back down to minute 30 penalties because it's a 16-minute period. Anything under 17 minutes requires it to be less than 2 minutes. So a minute 30, power play for Team Maryland. Now inside the slot, shot. Kennedy has it go off his shoulder and up into the screen, and we have stoppage at exactly 13 minutes remaining with a minute 12 left in the man advantage for Maryland. Face off to the right of Kennedy. Schroed's in to take it. Schroed's gets it back to Liam. Liam hits it on net, so no icing. And now the goaltender's going to cover it. Good pressure there from McCarter. Forced the goaltender to cover it, whereas he might have wanted to play it just to try and keep it out of the zone. But now the faceoff will be in the Maryland zone. Just over a minute left in the man advantage. One shot so far from Maryland. Now a turnover. It's a chance for Maryland. They've got two. Numbers going that way, but it's batted away by Twos. Nice job by Twos. Puts it in the corner. Now Kopecky. Kopecky's going to throw it down the ice. This will be icing, but it'll take a few more ticks off the clock with just about 48 seconds left in the penalty kill for Rampage. Much nicer day in Pittsburgh today. Upper 40s, little sunshine poking out. Of course, freezing cold in the rink. If you think foothills in Denver area, you know what I'm talking about. Face off to the right at Kennedy. York takes it. York attacks his man at the blue line, now top of the circle. Now across to the other side. Whiffed on. Chance to get it out for Rampage. Walnut goes down, can't get it out. Now Kopecky tries to dig it out. It's on his feet, doesn't see it. Maryland's got it. They bring it in front of the crease. Shot! Saves Kennedy. He covers it. Then the net gets hit off by one of the Maryland players. Great save there by Kennedy. Had a loose rebound out in front, and then another poke inside the crease. Trying to go 5-hole. He closed the legs and shuts it down. 29 seconds left in the man advantage for Maryland. They're going to win the faceoff here. Back to the blue line. They skated on the blue line. It comes out. It came out. They got it. Good job by the linesman there. We all saw it standing on the blue line that the guy puck handled it, pulled it out of the zone. Some good refereeing right there. We'll come outside the Rampage zone into the neutral. Marsh will take the first faceoff of his day. Puck into the Rampage zone. Kopecky gets roughed up along the boards. Now it's whacked out. It'll be icing again. So 15 seconds left. Effectively working the time off of the man advantage by icing the puck several times here. Face off. See what they're going to do here. Linesmen are talking it over. They were going to waive the icing, it looks like, and they made a mistake. One referee called icing, the other one didn't. So they'll bring it to center ice right in front of us. Again, 15 seconds left on the man advantage. Face off won by Maryland, but it goes all the way back into their zone. Now some pressure from Marsh. Pass into the neutral zone, collected by Kopecky. Kopecky fires it along the boards. Goes under sticks, no icing. Marsh has it behind the net. Now Marsh into the corner, banks it off the boards. behind the net. Back up to the blue line. Boy, that almost came out. Two's almost pulled that one out, but somehow kept it in. Helen behind the net. Now back out to the point. Kopecky tries to wind up and gets very little of it. And now a loose puck regathered by Rampage inside the neutral zone. They'll have to regroup, and they do. No changes here. They're going to keep the same group on the ice. Oh, Kopecky runs into his own man, knocks down Green. Now a battle in front of the Maryland bench inside the neutral zone. Puck loose, skated out by Maryland. Into the neutral goes. Now Green tries to pick it up. There's a hard hit by Helen, and he's going to get a penalty there. It's going to be a rough, I believe. Hopefully only minute 30. Hit him hard from behind, right in front of us, and we'll hope that it's just a minute 30 rough and not something longer. Never did see the call over there at the station, so it looks like they're going to put a minute 30 on the board. The coach from Maryland wants a hit from behind. I can hear him talking about it, which would be the difference between a minute 30 and a 2 minute and 10 misconduct. So a break for Helen, a break for Rampage. Second power play of the day for Team Maryland. It came at 10:53 remaining in the first period. Maryland holds it at the blue line. Now it bounces out, goes off of McCarter, back into the neutral zone. They need to regroup. Pass across Schroeder, thinks about putting some pressure on. Strode's at center ice. Maryland tries to skate it through. They tip it in, stay on sides. Shot, gloved by Kennedy. Smooth, outside the frame, no shot, but he's tracking the puck well. 1:02 left in the man advantage for Team Maryland. Face off to the left of Kennedy. Penalty kill team in. Strodes will take the face off. He's got Sanborn to his right and McCarter. Grimberg in the corner puts pressure on his man. Behind the net, Maryland. Now chipped aside by Strodes. Good play, lifted the stick. Now up to the point. Sauced across to the circle. Nobody there. He walks in and doesn't take the shot. Now dishes it back to the point. Now top of the circle. Now he walks through. Nobody picks him up. Save Kennedy. Went off the blocker. Same Maryland kid skates it around the circle, throws it across to the other side. Good pressure from Strodes now. 25 seconds left in the man advantage. Strodes inside the circle, gets a stick on it. Great job by Strodes. Chips it out, no icing. Chased down by McCarter. Oboe on a full speed down the ice. Now Oboe gives him a little shove from behind. Good job. Soper comes in. Now Maryland skates it back through center ice. Maryland somehow stays on side. That was close. Outside, behind the net. Now reverses direction back the other way. Teams back at even strength. Rampage kills off the second penalty of the day. Now they try to get it out. Here it comes the other way. It's a chance. It's a chance. There's a hold there. There's a hold. No call. There we go. Now he's got it. Should have had it much sooner. He was interfering with him 3 seconds before they ever put the arm up, but they did finally get it when they pulled him down. Soper gets hauled down. It'll be a minute 30 minor for interference. First power play of the day for the boys in blue. Comes at 9:04 left, first period. Face off to the left of the goaltender. Soper's in to take it. Maryland's going to win it. Not sure the goalie saw that. It almost went off his stick and rebounded in. But then he covers it. So we'll do it all over again. Same spot. Same lineup here. Soper will take the face-off. Kopecky on the left. Helen behind along with Cooper. Now, got to be careful here not to turn that over. Marsh fiddle-faddled with the puck a little too much. And it gets turned over and goes back into the Rampage zone. Now Helen's got to break it out. Nice pass by Coop. Throws it across the ice. Coop hits Soper. Soper into the corner. Just under a minute left in the man advantage for Rampage. Over to Helen. Helen at the point. Goes back across the blue line. Picked up there by Marsh. Marsh turns around. Marsh tries to drive. Goes back up to Cooper. Cooper at the point. Shot. Goes wide to the goaltender's right. Now back up to Coop. Coop has it at the blue line, goes across to Marsh. Back over to Helen. Helen top of the circle. Back up to the point. Coop's got it. Coop walks, dances. Nobody pressures him. Now back across to Marsh. Marsh top of the circle. Back over to Cooper at the point. Now Coop holds it. No shots here. They need to get some shots going. There's a chance for Helen. Shot! Good shot. Way to work the puck, but got to get more on the net. Looks like they're going to bring the faceoff outside of the zone here. I'm not sure what happened. I'm trying to figure that out myself. Shouldn't be because the net came off, but anyway, faceoff outside the zone. Still 15 seconds in the man advantage for Rampage. Grimberg at the blue line gets it into Casagrande. Casagrande throws it in front. McCarter was there. Puck never made it to the net. Now thrown back out to the blue line. Grimberg, top of the circle, leaves it back for Spencer. Spencer tries to hold it in. It skirts along the blue line, and then he can't hold it. Here comes Maryland back the other way. Maryland in. Rampage in a good spot defensively. They hold it at the blue line, and teams are back at even strength. So 2 shots officially for Rampage on their power play. Now a turnover at the point. Casagrande fights for it out in center. Rampage having a hard time getting it out. Shot pops up in the air off of Kennedy. Another save on the rebound. Goes off the pad. Now McCarter. McCarter has it center ice. McCarter brings it into the zone. McCarter tries to take a shot. Ill-advised there. Goes off the defender for Maryland up into the screen. And that faceoff should come out of the zone. No, they're going to take it in the zone. All right. So McCarter crossed the blue line. As a result, when he let that puck go, goes into the netting, face off to the right of the Maryland goaltender. 6:49 remaining. First period, 0-0 the score here in Pittsburgh. Now we've got a whistle. Still trying to figure out what's going on here. This referee crew is very suspect right now. I see 5-on-4, and they're going to take Maryland to the box. He's wondering what happened. He doesn't know. The fans over here don't like it. They're really calling a tight game right now. So a minute 30 power play, second one of the day for Rampage. Face-off drawn back to the blue line. Cooper has it. Cooper out the point, tries to set it up, moves it across. Coach Cole wants him to move it faster. There's a shot. Cooper takes a shot on net. Went through a lot of traffic. Good save by the Maryland goaltender. Now Marsh. Marsh in the corner. Marsh does a 360, holds the puck. Marsh up the boards. Now he turns it over. Not a hard enough pass. Trying to hit Helen. And it was easily picked off by one of the Maryland players. And they send it down the ice. Now Rampage is going to have to dig this out. Helen has it to the left of Kennedy. Throws it forward for Kopecky. Kopecky decides to skate it out. Kopecky tries to beat his man. He can't. Then lays a hit. The Maryland fans don't like it, but they clearly don't watch hockey because it's a rough game. Good hit from Coop in the corner. Puck at his feet to the right of Kennedy. Kopecky waits for it to pop out. Holds his position in front of the circle in front of Kennedy. Now it does come out. Loose puck skated up by Soper. Soper tries to hit Kopecky. Can't do it. Now Soper's got to regroup inside the zone. Soper tries to throw it across the ice. And we've got a whistle again. Let's see what's going on this time. Oh, we got a stick got caught between the glass. You don't see that every day. Good job by the official there spotting that. I didn't see what happened, but the stick was wedged between the glass, just sticking there like a giant shish kebab with no meat on it. Near the fans want the face-off to come out of the Rampage zone, but it'll stay in to Kennedy's right. 5:29 remaining, 16 seconds on the man advantage for Rampage. Remember, penalties here are a minute 30 with the 16-minute periods. Puck back into the neutral zone. Now collected for a moment by McCarter. Tried to dump it deep. Casa tries to backhand it. Now it pops into the neutral zone. It's offsides. What am I seeing here? It called delayed offsides. That was delayed. They just called delayed offsides. Did you see that? Yeah, we were way off. Now they walk in. Kennedy, loose puck goes through his 5-hole, skirts through the crease harmlessly. He got away with one there. Still trying to understand why the referee called delayed offsides when it's automatic offsides at the 14 level. We'll see if they keep that up. It's very interesting. Now in the neutral zone, back into the Rampage zone, picked up by Casagrande. Casa at center ice. Casa throws that one softly towards the net. Chased down by McCarter, picked up by Maryland, skating out of the zone. Got to be careful here. This guy's got a head of steam. He gets through, comes in front, save, Kennedy, loose puck. Whacked away by Frazier. Frazier saved him there. He made the save, and then it was a loose puck. Now a chance for Spencer. Spencer tries to carry it in and dangle it. He can't. Kopecki's got to regroup. Nice pass by Kopecky. Goes back for Twos. Goes under Twos' stick. Now a turnover out in front. Twos can't throw that puck there. I mean, he can, but he shouldn't. Loose puck in the corner. Kopecky. Under 3 minutes and 40 seconds remaining first period. Puck in the corner. Bottom of the circle. Now back to the right of Kennedy. They try to set him up out front, but it's turned over. It's picked up. Nice play there by Spencer. Here comes Spencer. Spencer tries to get through, gets rubbed off. Good defensive play by Maryland. He made it as far as the circle. Now Twos is going to throw it into the zone. That should be intentional offsides. Don't know if they're going to call it, but at least they're calling immediate offsides again.
Right.
So strange. You're going to take it to center ice. That's where the pass originated. So as we wind down the first period, it's been a fairly even hockey game so far. 2 penalties for each team. Helen will take the faceoff. He's got Marsh on the left, Green on the right. Cooper behind him. And Frazier. Puck dumped deep. Rims around the board behind Kennedy and sits there. Rampage tries to clear it up from Marsh. Now a chance to poke it out. They do. Here comes Green. Green's got 2 men on him. He decides to dump it deep. It'll be a dump and chase. Coop goes down. Now Maryland wheels it out. Oh, they almost kept it in there, but it does make it back to the neutral zone. Spin move. Nice spin move by Marsh. Somehow kept it on the stick. Back into the Maryland zone. Now center ice. Jorg goes over from Frazier. He dumps it deep. No icing. Left there behind the net by Maryland. Chased down by Green. Cooper holds the blue line. Now he can't. Here comes Maryland the other way. They've got a chance here. Good play by Helen. Rubs his man off. And then a great back check in front by Cooper. Rampage tried to chip it out. Did not get enough on that puck to get it out of the zone. Trying to go up to Marsh. Marsh should get a call here. He doesn't. Looked like a cross check in the back. Maryland holds possession in the corner. Now Frazier. Frazier chases his man in the corner. Good job by Frazier. Presses him up against the boards and separates him. Here comes Rampage the other way. Puck somehow makes it through. Green needs to dump it and change. It's a full change for Rampage, except for Marsh, who stays on in the deep end and tries to keep possession. McCarter in. Pass across the point. Rampage couldn't hold it. Now backhanded into the zone. Minute 30 remaining first period. 0-0 from Pittsburgh. McCarter skates it out into the neutral zone. Now a turnover. Here's a 2-on-1 for a moment. Then batted back out of the zone. 2 players go down. It's Sanborn and one of the Maryland players. Now Soper. Soper takes the zone. Schroeder's behind him. Shot goes off the glove. It was high. And then up against the boards. Kept in at the blue line by Sanborn. Soper throws it out in the middle. Nobody there except a Maryland player. He's going to skate it out. Throws it up onto the blue line. He's got freedom. Breaks it in. Shot. Save. Kennedy. What a save. Boy, they just let the Maryland player walk right in there. Trying to figure that out. That needs to be a video clip that's looked at. Great save. He tried to get him to bite. He didn't. And held his ground in a nice save. So face off in the zone. 51.7 seconds remaining. First period. To the left of Kennedy. Casagrande will take it. He wins it across for twos. Then twos can't handle it. Kopecky ties his man up in the corner. Now Casa comes in to help. Loose puck for Maryland. They skate it top of the circle. Back out to the point. Shot! Changed direction and went wide of the net. Now, wild shot from the blue line. Bounces off the boards, almost out in front. Looked like Kennedy was ready, but now top of the circle. Left down by Maryland. 25 seconds left. Waning seconds of the first period. York comes in to help. Now York tries to get it out. He can't. Held in by Maryland. Battle for it along the boards. York has it for a second. They're just going to chip it out. They do. Maryland has it for a second. Now here comes Crichton. York's got it. He takes the zone. 5 seconds left. He's going to turn it over there. Maryland will have it. And that should do it for the first period. In what was a very even first period, other than a couple of breakaways in favor of Maryland that Rampage didn't have. So the teams will switch ends here. 2:05 local time in Pittsburgh. We'll call it a little midday madness for everybody back in Denver. So it's an interesting day today because we have a game now and then we have a game at 8:40 Eastern time tonight, which means with the hour trip to and from the rink, by the time we got back to the hotel, we would have about an hour and 20 minutes before we'd have to turn around and make the drive back. So I think a lot of people have decided to find a good place to pass the afternoon, get the kids some food, and try and stay local. It's an interesting drive to get here because a lot of the trip is on little side roads that wind through the hills of Pittsburgh, these little country town roads. And I mean, it's really scenic, but when you've got to do it over and over again, and then we have to turn around and do it at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, which would be 4 a.m. your time. So wish us luck. Again, if you're just joining us, 0-0 here from Pittsburgh. First period, 2 penalties, 2 on each team. Coach Cole trying to get the alignment right here as we get ready to start the second period. Again, we're playing 16-minute periods. Helen's in to take the faceoff. Marsh on his right, Green on his left. Maryland draws it back and wins it. Maryland going from your right to your left. Now down below the circle. Frazier goes in. Helen comes in to help and try to dig it out. Now Helen waits for it to pop out. Frazier keeps fighting. Helen's got it. Throws it around the boards for Marsh. Marsh can't get there in time. The Maryland player beats him and holds it in. Back behind Kennedy. Cooper has it. Cooper kisses it off the boards. Green pressures his man, and Maryland has to regroup in the neutral. Good pass across. A nice play by Coop. Good back check at neutral ice. Broke up that pass. Puck fired along the boards back into the Rampage zone. It goes behind Kennedy to his right. Now Green. Green throws it across the middle. Frazier's there. Frazier has it on his stick. Here comes Frazier. He's got Cooper with him. Frazier leaves it back for Marsh. Marsh gets roughed off the puck at the top of the circle. Then he goes back and gets payback on the kid. James Brown would say it's the big payback. Maryland comes in, top of the circle. Now Frazier. Frazier behind the net. Frazier settles it. Tries to kiss it off the boards. It's going to get out into the neutral zone. Maryland will need to tag up. Now Helen onto the blue line. Helen inside the circle. Passes it across. Too wide for Marsh. And the puck goes behind the Maryland net. Off the boards it goes. Kept in by Green for a minute. Should be icing the other way, and it will be. So back down to the Maryland zone we go with 14:21 remaining second period. Fun night last night for the boys and a lot of the dads and moms going to the Penguins game. Great time. Always good to see the Penguins get their butt kicked on their home ice. 5-0 was the final. Face off, taken by Schroeder, won by Maryland. Goes back behind the net, into the corner. Now back the other way. Chased down by Schroeder. He's everywhere. Maryland collects it behind the net. Throw it up along the boards. Nice keep there. Good pressure from McCarter. Forces him back into the neutral zone. Now Schroeder tries to take it away. Chased down by Sanborn. Sanborn gets the stick high. Down to the left to Kennedy. Now Maryland tries to dig it out. They turn it over. It's chipped out. Nice pass forward for McCarter, but he can't find the puck. If he finds the puck, he has a chance at a breakaway, and Maryland regroups. Now the puck gets up on end and rolls down to the left of their goaltender into the corner. McCarter's there. If you're Maryland, you better keep your head up with McCarter around. Loose puck. Sanborn has to regroup through the neutral zone. Puts it across. Nice pass for Soper. Soper has it. Cycles, throws it along. Grimberg now. Grimberg passes Schroeder, dumps it deep. Soft dump in the corner. Now out in front, loose puck in front of the crease. Couldn't get a stick on it. They throw it down the ice. If it makes it, it'll be icing, and it will be. So good extended pressure by Rampage, holding the puck in the Maryland zone, causing a couple of icings. They'll bring it 200 feet down. Tews comes by and gives Spencer a knuckles. And face off to the right of the Maryland goaltender inside the zone. 13:01 left, 0-0 from Pittsburgh. Casagrande takes that face off. Now a loose puck picked up by Maryland. Maryland comes into the zone. Tews keeps his man outside. Good job by Tews there. Back behind the net, rubs his guy off. Loose puck along the boards. Now Tews ties him up. Maryland through the circle. Loose puck fired around behind Kennedy, picked up by Tews. Spencer comes in to help. Now Tews throws it across. It goes right under the stick of Walnut. Come on, Paulie. You got to have that one there. Maryland tries to sauce pass down center ice. Goes off the stick. No icing. Kopecky has to chase it into the corner. Behind Kennedy it goes. Chipped up, runs along the boards, on the rail, and out of the zone. You don't see that very often. Now down behind the Maryland goaltender. Spencer gets there first. Spencer holds his position. Gets some help down there. Now Kopecky tries to hold it. He does. Kopecky shot goes wide. Didn't get a lot on it, but a great job by Chris there holding it in the zone. Now Marshy. Marshy throws it in front. It was a sauce. It was too hot to handle for Casa. Went right in front of the crease. Good pressure from Maryland. Oh, he sauced him. Now, loose puck picked up by Maryland. Here they come, top of the circle. Shot! Save Kennedy. Off the stick into the corner. Just a defensive mistake there. Now Helen. Helen along the boards. Chips it off. Got rubbed off. Good play by Maryland. I thought he might get through. Did a nice chip off the boards. Maryland brings it in. Top of the circle. They pull up along the boards. Now back behind Kennedy. Kopecky's there. Kopecky roughs his man. Then gets held. No call. Puts his arms up in the air. Like, hey, look at me. I'm being held. Ref says no. Shakes his head. Loose puck. Green takes a face shot from Kopecky accidentally and goes down. Now the puck's loose to Kennedy's right. Fires behind him into the corner. Rampage is going to get this out, but barely. Now Marsh chips it off the boards. Tried to get it to Helen. Helen with a sweet move, but he's looking to get off, and now a whistle and a penalty just over the blue line. Now a little rough stuff going on. Ref's got the Maryland player by the sweater. Let's see. They're going to take Marsh, and maybe the only one. Let's see. No, they're going to take both. So they'll take one from each team. We'll play coincidental penalties here, 5-on-5. They won't come out of the box till the next whistle after the minute 30. Penalties come at 10:37 remaining, second period. Why not? 2 penalties for Maryland, 2 for Rampage, and now 1 for each. 5-on-5. They bring another skater out for Maryland. And it looks like they're still short a skater. They are. They're skating with 4. Or am I missing something? No, they have 5. Okay, I see it now. One guy was so small he was hidden there. Into the Rampage zone now. Down to the corner. Thrown back up. Schroeder lost his stick. Had to bend down and pick it up. Now we're good. Jorg fights for it in the corner. Maryland comes up with it. Poked away. Good play there by Frazier. Rifled around behind Kennedy the other way. Maryland's going to try to collect it behind the net. Loose puck along the boards. Dug out by Rampage through the neutral zone. Now Soper tries to beat his man, but it goes off the defense skate. They try to dump it deep, but it rolls along the boards and pops back out of the zone. Now McCarter right in front of us. McCarter and Soper. Loose puck chased down by Frazier. He's going to collect it behind Kennedy. Brings it up to Kennedy's left. Frazier, nice pass up from McCarter. McCarter can't find it. He's having a hard time catching the puck right now. Then he takes a shot high, and it's a penalty. Boy, they are calling this tight. Maryland's going to go to the box here. It's going to be a 5-on-3 for Rampage. Excuse me. It's going to be a 5-on-4 because those were coincidental penalties. So a power play coming up for Rampage on a minute 30 minor for roughing. McCarter took it pretty high above the shoulders. So referee's discretion there. Casagrande in to take the face off to the left of the goaltender. He's got Green to the right. Spencer to the left. Back over to McCarter. McCarter at the blue line. McCarter throws it to the point. Grimberg down to the top of the circle. Back up to Grimberg at the point. Grimberg shot! Good hard shot by Grimberg. Man, he let that rip. Went off the goaltender and then popped wide. Another shot. Bouncing puck saved by the goaltender. So 2 shots already on the power play, tied up along the boards. Back behind the net, Casagrande. Casa throws it up to Green. Bouncing puck, tough puck for Green to handle. Maryland chasing it down, and Grimberg gets there first. Nice play by Jason. Need to settle, 53 seconds remaining. Green gets rubbed out right in front of us, and then he holds the stick. Now Green gets hit from behind, no call. Crazy. They're calling things that, in my opinion, shouldn't be called and not calling some that should be. Now we've got a penalty coming up here. Wild. Okay, so it's going to be a Maryland penalty. The coincidentals are over. So it'll be a 5-on-3 now with the coincidental penalties ending. 37 seconds for Rampage to bury one here in the 5-on-3. Got to move the puck quickly. Face off to the left of the Maryland goaltender. Soper's in to take it. Got to win the face-off for starters. Puck down, won by Rampage. Drawn back to Coop. Coop goes down to Marsh. Marsh goes across. Now top of the circle. Cross! Oh, it was the one-timer, and it was there. And the net comes off, and we got another whistle. Soper had a great chance on a one-timer there. The net was wide open. They pulled the goaltender over, and Soper couldn't get much of that at all. Still plenty of time. 26 seconds remaining in the 5-on-3. 0-0 the score. 8:26 remaining. Second period. Same lineup here. Face-off won by Soper. Good job there. Marsh has it up along the boards. Now Coop. Coop to the point. Coop throws it across. Shot! And the net comes off again. It was the same design there. They brought it across the circle and then threw it over to Marsh. Marsh tried the one-timer and got all of it, but it went clear above the crossbar. Now the referee's having a talk with the goaltender. Not much he can do. The pegs are pretty worn on these nets. We saw that yesterday with the nets moving a lot. It certainly doesn't look like he's intentionally pushing the net off. Face off in the zone. 14 seconds in the 5-on-3. Rampage really needs to bury one here. Held in the corner by Marsh. Marsh starts to walk it in. Fiddle faddles, top of the circle. Time ticking away. Now throws it across. Helen back up to the point. Now Cooper. Cooper throws it across for Helen. Helen back across for Marsh, and Marsh can't catch it. He had the open net. Now Marsh inside the circles. 5-on-4. 5-on-4 here, over to Cooper. Cooper inside the circle for Helen. Back across for Marsh. Shot! Good save by the Maryland goaltender. Marsh tried to go 5-hole. He paddled it aside. Back up top of the circle for Coop. Back to Marsh. Marsh tries to smack it back, and they're going to get it out of the zone. 23 seconds remaining in the man advantage. Marsh chips it off the boards. Here comes Soper. It's a 2-on-1. Soper shoots it wide of the net. Picked up along the boards by Helen. Helen back across for Marsh. Marsh at the circle. Up to the point for Cooper. Back across for Helen. Helen top of the circle. Helen shot! What a save by the goaltender through a lot of traffic. Now Helen wants off. There's a cherry picker down. But luckily, Coop saw it. It was the Maryland player releasing from the box, waiting right at the blue line. And Coop got there in time. Now top of the circle. Shot! Blockered aside by Kennedy. Good hard shot from the blue line. Rampage skates it out. Here comes Marsh. Marsh over center ice. Now it's poked away by Maryland. Collected by Coop. Coop tries to find it, can't find it. Good job by Soper, rubs his man. Off the boards. Now a loose shot! Save Kennedy. It got away from Soper, and it was a point-blank shot. Now a chance for Rampage. Maryland skater bears down. Marsh lets it fly over the crossbars, and if it was football, it'd be good for 3. Loose puck behind the Maryland net. Picked up by Schroeds. Schroeds protects the puck. Schroeds in the corner, throws it across. I saw what he was thinking there. It was a good look. He was trying to hit trying to hit Crichton. York, now Maryland. Inside the circle, shot. Backhand covered. Saved by Kennedy. He got a little poke. And then it looked like, I couldn't tell if that Maryland player fell on his own or if somebody blasted him for snowing Austin. Either way, no call here. Faceoff stays in the Rampage zone to Kennedy's left. Just under 6 minutes remaining, second period. Tight game, 0-0. Good opportunities for both teams. Schroeds will take the faceoff. Maryland can't find it. It's at their feet. Now a loose puck. Kennedy's just going to cover it. Smart play. Nobody could find the puck after the faceoff. It just kind of rolled around. Then Kennedy was like, all right, let's just do this all over again. This time we'll go to the right. So for the first time in a while, nobody in the box for either team. Schroeds turns, can't win the faceoff. Back to the blue line. Maryland has it, top of the circle. Throw it across, top of the other circle. Now shot through traffic, off the blocker. Good save by Kennedy. That was a tough one to see. Loose puck, top of the circle. Maryland gets there first. Backhanded behind the net. Grimsberg overskates it. Now behind the net, Maryland has it. Maryland plays a little ping pong with it. Paulie Walnuts goes in there. Shot, gets loose. Now a shot. High stick there, no call from Maryland. Puck goes through the crease, nobody home. Picked up by Crichton. Crichton skates it behind the net. Cole wants a wheel. See if we can give him more than a hubcap. We cannot. Puck turned over, back into the Rampage zone. Now under 5 minutes left, second period. Puck going to leave the zone. They're going to say icing. I would have waved that one. The front linesman didn't. The reason you wave that is because the skater's got to skate at his normal full speed, which he definitely didn't do, and that puck was trickling. So tough break for Rampage. Face off back inside their zone. Spence goes over, gives Austin a high five. Frazier goes over. Looks like McCarter will take the face-off. He will. 4:44 left, second period. Face-off won by Maryland. Behind the Rampage net, into the corner. You can hear Cole pleading for help. Now, thrown up into the middle. Here's a chance for... Oh, man, what a play. Spencer had the puck on his stick. Kid tried to hit him from the side, and Spencer reverse checked him. And it's funny, the Maryland fans want to call, but I don't know what you'd be calling there. Unless you were calling your mom. Now a loose puck up the middle. Here's a chance for Maryland. Cooper's trying to get in there and help. He can't. Down he goes. He blew a skate. No call. The Maryland fans want a penalty shot. They're not going to get one. He lost his skate. Cooper was trying to get up on him, but I didn't see Cooper do anything, and I don't think we're going to get a call here. Nets off up against the boards. Going to need to repeg that. Drove Kennedy back in, and Spencer goes over. Coop goes over. Give Austin a little pat on the shoulder. Now the referees are having a talk in the crease, and it looks like the faceoff will be in the zone here. No call. Okay. So much to the chagrin of the Maryland fans, there will be no penalty shot today, at least not right now. Just over 4 minutes left, second period. Faceoff in the Rampage zone to Kennedy's left. McCarter's going to take it this time. Maryland wins it back, draws it back to the blue line. It's chipped down behind Kennedy and chased by Cooper. Coop chips it off the boards for Spencer. Here's a chance for Spencer, but he can't get a stick on it. Maryland's got it the other way. Nice move there. Now, good defensive play. Beautiful. That was Frazier. What a play. Got in the skating lane. Took away a chance for a shot. Now back to the point. Held in barely at the blue line. Thrown down deep into the corner. Oh, baby. McCarter goes in and lights up his man. And now we're going to get a late call. I'm trying to understand here because the arm didn't go up for about 5 seconds. I'm fine with the call, but let's put the arm up right when it happens, not 5 seconds later. It's going to be a rough. So a minute 30 to McCarter. Another chance for Maryland here with the faceoff staying inside the Rampage zone. Penalty killers here for the start of this anyway are going to be York, Kopecky, Schroeder, and Tews. Strodes will take the faceoff. Goes back into the corner. Tews gets there. Now pulled up to the top of the circle. Now back across. Here's a chance for Maryland. Shot gets blocked. Nice block there. Couldn't tell who that was. Might have been Tews. Back to the blue line. Maryland holds possession. Now Schroeder. Schroeder puts pressure on his man. Roughs him up. Good job, Schrodes. Back to the blue line. Dance. Now to the top of the circle. Maryland player can't handle it. Schrodes puts the pressure on. Schrodes tries to get the puck out. Good job by Schroeder disrupting here. Inside the circle. Across. Shot. One-timer. Circle to circle. Believe that went wide of the net. Still 45 seconds left in the man advantage. Maryland's had it in the zone the entire time. Now they come through the middle. Back across circle. Shot. Save Kennedy. Could hear it exploding off the pads. And now that's thrown out of the zone. They're going to waive the icing as they should because that went off the Maryland player. So a mistake by Maryland there, trying to throw it along the boards and hold it in. It's going to cost them about 20 seconds. Back into the zone, Maryland comes through the circles. Pull up, separated, shot, save Kennedy, and back out. No icing here, I don't think, although it's going to make it on net. And that'll do it with 9 seconds left. Maryland might have one more chance. They bring it up through the center ice. Here they come, waiting for somebody to pick them up. They do. Shot! Tried to lift it over Kennedy's head, and it went behind. Instead, penalty over. Teams back at even strength. Good penalty kill from Rampage, but Maryland had a lot of chances in that minute and 30. Back to the blue line now, thinking about a shot. Shot! Blocked in front, goes off of Helen. That stung him a little. Now shot behind the net. Minute 35 remaining, second period. Rampage looking tired now, trying to get it out of the zone and struggling. Now they do. It's collected by Helen. Helen throws it forward for Marsh. Marsh shot. Good hard snapper by Marsh there. Gloved by the goaltender. And with a minute 20, we have another stoppage. Face-off stays in the Maryland zone. Both teams going for a change. Mix it up. Helen will stay out, but Green comes on. Coop behind him. Frazier behind him. Face-off. It's taken by Helen. Won by Maryland. Rifled along the boards. Now good pressure from Cody. Cody throwing down. Knocks his man down. Everybody loves that. Back into the corner. Cody's chasing him down again. Helen comes across. Good job by Helen there. Now Maryland tries to skate it out. Oh, great harassment from Marsh. Marsh all over the place, like a Tasmanian devil in the zone. Now loose puck in the corner. Marsh had it for a second, then lost it. Helen tried to hold it in, but it comes back to center ice. And Rampage is going to need to regroup. Helen has it, sauces it backhand across. Now we've got a icing call coming up against Rampage. Didn't quite make the red line. They were close. Let it go early. The linesman was right there. So a stoppage at 36.5 seconds remaining. Second period, 0-0 from Pittsburgh. Face off to the right of Kennedy. Marshall, I believe that's Soper actually, is going to take the face off for Rampage. Shot goes across center of the crease. Actually, front of the crease. Doesn't make it on net, but here's a chance now. Maryland skater goes down. There was a stick in there, but no call. Kopecky fires it along the boards. Linesman gets in the way for a second. Quick turn snapshot there by McCarter. Goes wide of the net. Chipped off the boards and down the length of the ice. They're going to wave this, which is surprising. 8 seconds. Kennedy plays the puck along the boards. Held in. Shot. Goes off the stick. Pops up in the air. And that'll do it. Another even period for both teams. Kennedy tried to clear that out. He threw it along the boards, and then the Maryland skater came in and picked it up just inside the blue line and let a snapshot go right before the time expired. So end of 2, 0-0 from Pittsburgh. Refs calling a tight game today. Tighter than usual for this part of the country. Yesterday, they weren't calling anywhere near this kind of ticky-tack stuff, but it is what it is, and you adjust to the situation, and pretty much what they're doing. So Jed and Kennedy having a talk. Cole drawing some plays up over there. Or is he? No, he's just gesturing with his hands, I guess. So our hotel, as we talked about earlier, about a 50-minute drive with no traffic. And at least 10 teams staying at this place. It's a big hotel, but everyone's having to make these drives and probably passing each other on these backcountry roads going from point A to point B. I guess we should count our blessings that it didn't snow. Because it is like a first time in Pittsburgh for me. It is shockingly hilly.
Yeah. It is.
Much more so than I ever expected. Narrow roads, lots of tunnels and bridges and just stuff that you can get congestion at. Interesting place. We got a good look at Heinz Field yesterday when we drove by. And when you see it from the outside, it really looks nothing like what it looks like on television. It looks like a collegiate stadium. It's open on both ends. And all right, we're ready to get underway. Enough football talk. Center ice we go. Soper in to take the face-off. Walnut on the left, McCarter on the right. One back to Cooper. Cooper throws it up for Obo. Obo inside the circle. Obo tries the power move. Throws it in front. Loose puck. Now poked back in by Cooper. Backhanded behind the Maryland net. Now out in front. Nobody home. Soper gets a stick in. Pokes it back into the corner. McCarter will chase it down. McCarter goes in. Man goes down. No call. Now Maryland back the other way through the neutral zone. Here comes Frazier. Frazier keeps his man. Tries the power move. Another good job by Frazier. Loose puck in front. Kennedy saves it. Now we got a whistle. Kennedy sealed the post there. They were hammering away at that. We are in mining country, and it looked like they were mining for gold ore. Dig. Yeah. Hammer and steel, right. That's an even better one. You're absolutely right. I forgot we're in Carnegie country. Face off to the left to Kennedy. He'll stay in the zone. Schroed's in to take it. Won by Maryland. Backhand, soft shot. Goes wide of the net. Picked up by Sanborn. Sanborn back behind the net for Casa. Casa rubs his man off, but Maryland holds possession. Knocked down by Schroeds. Grimberg also in on the action. Waits for the puck to pop out. Back behind Kennedy. Sanborn picks it up. Sanborn loses it off his stick. Luckily, it doesn't go in front. Now Casa, good idea. Casa tried to poke it forward for Spencer, and it's offsides. Just a quick little snap, trying to hit Spencer in mid-stride through the neutral zone, and it goes back into the Rampage zone for an offside. So a stoppage with 14:54 remaining. Same lineup here. Schroeds will take the face-off. Casa to his left. Puck dropped. One back to Sanborn. Sanborn over to Grimberg. Grimberg, top of the circle. Chips it off the boards for Casa. Now Casa in front of us. Fights for it. You can hear Coach Cole. Come on, Casa. Come on, big house. Puck stays in front of us. Great view on the glass. Schroeds is in there. Now loose puck goes toward the net. Kennedy paddles it aside. Those are the ones that make you nervous. A bouncing, fluttering puck. Oh, nice play by Casa. Chips it back to center ice. Spencer chases it down. Here comes Maryland. They're back on sides. Just tagged up in time. Now Schroeds. Schroeds gets rubbed off back behind Kennedy. Goes the puck. Open skater in front. Picked up by Schroeder. Good job there seeing that. Now, thought about it wraparound, but don't do it. Back to the top of the circle. Now, turned over. There's a chance. It goes under Spencer's stick. He had a chance to dig that out and go with it. Now he chips it out. Casa comes in, lays a hit, and it's offsides on Maryland. Puck trickled back into the zone. Casa laid a good hit along the boards, and Rampage is going to change it up here, as will Maryland. Face off just outside the zone over the blue line. Helland is in to take it. Marsh to his left. Behind him, Tews and Kopecky. For those of you that haven't noticed, Kopecky playing a lot more defense lately. Using that big body. Good pursuit there by Greener. Greener put the pressure on. Loose puck laid out in front. And then a slapper goes over the crossbar. And now behind the net. Kept in at the blue line by Tews. There's a snapshot by Green. Gets blocked. Now Helland. Helland pulls it back into the circle. Skates it backhand. Throws it along behind the net. Helland chasing it down. Helland picks it up on the other side. Got his own pass. Skates the blue line. Shot! Never makes it to the net. Now Maryland has a chance to break it out the other way. Back to center ice. Here they come. Poked away by Tews. Loose puck goes behind Kennedy. Good chase by Kopecky. Kopecky goes in for the hit, then pulls up. Probably smart. Now Marsh. Marsh brings it up along the boards. Marsh is going to get rubbed off here. Gets some help from Kopecky. Now Tews will take it behind Kennedy. Other side. Leaves it behind for Helland. Helland will pick it up. Good play there. Helland's going to skate it out. Over the blue line and out of the zone. But Maryland tags up and dumps it deep. Helland comes off. Soper in. Puck along the boards. Tews gets rubbed down. Now he gets up. Now you can tell Tews is not happy about it. And we're going to get a whistle here. And I think it's going to be retaliation. He's going to call a cross check on Tews. You could hear Cole in the background trying to implore him not to take a penalty. So, minute 30 power play upcoming here for Maryland. Tews to the bench for a cross check. Minute 30 minor. 12-13 time of the penalty remaining in the first period. McCarter in to take the face-off. Drawn back by Maryland. Across top of the circle. Shot! Goes off of Kennedy's glove and over the crossbar. Collected on the other side at the blue line. Now across. There was a turnover, and we've got to catch that puck. Went off of Schroeder's stick and bounced. We could have had that out. Loose puck. Down in front. Now a chance, and Rampage will clear the zone. Maryland tags up. They come right back in. Pass across. Top of the circle. Shot. Block. Schroeds with a nice block inside the circle. Loose in the corner. Picked up by Frazier. Frazier fires it hard. Oh, what a pass. Goes off the boards for McCarter. McCarter pulls up. Shot. Glove. McCarter threw that right into his glove. What a pass, though. Out of the zone. Right on the tape of McCarter. And unfortunately for him, the Maryland defender was just a little bit faster. Still 46 seconds in the man advantage for Maryland. However, the faceoff will be inside the Maryland zone. Drawn back. Goes back to Sanborn. Sanborn dumps it in the corner, now picked up by Maryland. Good pressure from Crichton York there. Trying to keep the puck inside the zone. Maryland comes through. They're offside. No call, just barely. Loose puck behind the net. Possessed along the boards. Now good pressure from Crichton. Crichton fights his man along the boards. Now Maryland, top of the circle. Shot! Blockered aside by Kennedy. They cannot leave him open like that. 5 seconds left. Shot. Whiffed on. Need one more clear. Rampage is going to get it. Great play. Chased down by Spencer. Picked up by Maryland. Penalty over. Teams back to even Stevens here. 5-on-5. 10:35 remaining third period. 0-0. Casagrande read the play perfectly. Tried to take it in the zone before Rampage could tag up. Offsides. That was going to be trouble if he got that through. Casa read that play well. Face off in the neutral zone. 10:32 remaining. Third period. Casa will take the face off. He's got Walnut to his left. Kopecky behind him. Cooper behind him. On the right is Spencer. Puck deep down the Maryland zone behind the net. Chased down by Spencer. Spencer holds it in. Puck in front. Oh, they were looking to get a shot off for Walnut. Now big pursuit from Maryland. Maryland chases Kopecky, and Kopecky backhands it. Gets it out. Maryland has to tag up. They do by the skin of their teeth. Now loose puck. Dumped deep. No icing. Kopecky skates it behind Kennedy. Does a 360. Throws it up for Casa. Casa's got to get that puck out there. He doesn't. It goes off the back of the stick. Didn't get enough on it. Held in. Now, good stretch pass, tipped off the stick of Spencer. No icing. They'll waive that. Goaltender comes out to play it, but Casa's there. Casa takes a hit. Loose puck held in by Rampage. Coop holds it in. Now Spencer. Spencer skates it along the boards. Puck into the corner. Marsh is waiting out front. Loose puck. Now Kopecky shot. Blocked. Never made it to the net. Kopecky let one rip. Kopecky's open, waits for it. Kopecky lets a little slapper go. Change direction with 9:15 remaining third period. Into the corner, the puck goes. Spencer needs off. He skates off. He's replaced by Green. Puck collected at center ice by Kopecky. Kopecky skates it over the red line, dumps it deep, no icing. Kopecky needs a change. Cooper needs a change. Good pressure from Green. Green takes the puck away in the corner. Skated up to the blue line. Now left there for Frazier. Frazier backhands it deep. Behind the net it goes. Marsh chases it. Now loose for Green. Green and Marsh in the corner. Gets some help from Sanborn. Sanborn throws it gently toward the net. It goes wide and behind. Green all over the ice here. He's everywhere. Now back the other way. It's a smart hockey player. He knows how to play his position. He's doing a great job of it. Holds the blue line. Frazier and Helen. Now Helen inside the blue line. Shot. Paddled away by the goaltender for Maryland. Kept in by Helen. Helen down below the circles. Skated by Maryland. Good extended pressure here from Rampage. Helen now held in at the blue line. Sanborn throws it deep. Goes up off the netting, and we have a stoppage at 7:57 remaining in the third. Really good extended pressure by Rampage. Good way to wear this team out with just under 8 minutes remaining. And believe it or not, still nothing. It's crazy. We haven't had a game like this all year. Face-off will be in the Maryland zone. Schroeds is in to take it. He's going to have Soper to his left, McCarter to his right. Frazier on the defensive end with Sanborn. Now the puck's going to go the length of the ice. It should be icing the other way, and it will be. Good race for the puck there. No lollygagging on that one, but still icing. So we'll do it all over again. Face off to the left of the Maryland goaltender. 7:49 remaining in the game. Schroeds in to take it. They've been alternating Schroeds and Soper on some of the face-off. Soaps to the left, McCarter to the right, and they're going to drop it again. Somebody encroached on the face-off circle, blown by the back linesman. Schroeds is in, wins it across, and now dumped into the corner by Rampage. Up to the blue line. Here's Cooper. Cooper, got to be careful, Cooper. Cooper tries a shot there. It goes off, but he gets it back. What a play by Coop. Now through for Schroeds. Schroeds tries to get the shot. Loose puck. Oh, it was in front of the crease. Somehow stays out. Now Maryland the other way. Soper tries to keep his man wide, but he comes in front. Shot. And bodies flying everywhere. Now back the other way. Rampage tries to bring it. Here comes Obo. Obo pokes it through. Schroeds has it. Schroeds shot. Goal! Schroeds! Schroeds buries it in the back of the net. McCarter brings it through and finds Schroeds. He's clear to the crease and buries it, and the boys are going crazy. McCarter to Schroeds. 1-0 Rampage. Goal comes at 7:08 remaining. Third period. Oh, Schroeds just buried that. Beautiful. Everybody on the Rampage side holding their breath, hoping he was going to get a good shot off. Maryland brings it into the zone. Rampage trying to get it out. Got to be smart now. Chipped off the boards, trying to get Kopecky. Kopecky throws it into the neutral zone. There's a loose puck boy. I thought that might get through. York would have had a chance there if it did, but it didn't. Chased down into the corner by Spencer. Spencer holds it in the corner. Cole wants help down there. He finally gets it from York. Spencer takes it behind the net. Nice job by Spencer. Back up to the blue line. Kopecky. Kopecky lets a wild one rip. Brian Helen and I are laughing right now. He wound up on that, and it looked like a frisbee. That thing was rising the entire time it left his stick. We had such a great angle for that. I mean, he was putting it all into that one. Good pressure from Rampage. Puck in the Maryland zone. Now kicked out. There's a chance for a breakaway on a cherry pick. Now Sanborn takes the puck away. Maryland, 2 cherry picks. Top of the circle. Cross shot. Nice block by the boys there. That was Kopecky. Took a hard shot off the leg. Goes up into the netting. And the boys are patting him on the back. Nice play. So Maryland wants to play that way, huh? Okay. The cherry pick. Wrong season for picking cherries, boys. Face off in the Rampage zone to the left of Kennedy. Puck drops. Loose in front. Shot. Goes high over the crossbar, and I mean high over it. Now into the corner. Somebody's got to get a body on this guy. He's just holding the puck. 5:36 left. Third period. Rampage with a 1-0 lead. Now, chance to skate it out. Helen throws it up along the boards. He tried to sauce it for Marshy. Now Marsh has it in the zone. Marsh, top of the circle. Marsh dumps it deep. Good play. Smart hockey here. Back up to the blue line. Shot! Frazier tried to take a shot. It was blocked. He did not have an open zone there. Frazier back. He's going to work his man outside. He does, and takes the puck away. Nice play by Frazier. Liam took the puck away and then tried to get it out. He can't. Loose puck into the corner. Out in front. Loose. Shot. Couldn't tell if that went off Kennedy or not. Goes behind the net. Cole wants a wheel. Thrown up front for Green, but Maryland read it and takes it back the other way. Now Coop. Coop does a nice job. Got his stick in there and caused the offsides. Delayed him just enough that his teammate went over the blue line first. 4:45 remaining. We'll take the face-off into the neutral zone. Kennedy's left. Right in front of us. Here in the broadcast booth, otherwise known as the bleachers. Sanborn in. Schroeds in. Schroeds gets it up to McCarter. McCarter along the boards. McCarter backhands it towards the goal, and the goaltender will cover. Schroeds was chasing that down, looking for a rebound, but it didn't really have a lot on it. Face off inside the Maryland zone. Same lineup. Schroeds will take it again. McCarter to his right. Grimberg and Kopecky behind him. Schroeds wins it. Schroeds shot! Loose puck. Good save by the Maryland goaltender. That was sneaky from Schroeds. Right off the face-off, turned and let it rip, and the goaltender gloved it cleanly. No rebound. Schroeds takes it. Puck back to the blue line. Shot. Grimberg lets it go. Unfortunately, it hit him right in the chest. My advice to Grimberg would be aim for the chest next time. Schroeds will take it again. Schroeds can't win it this time. It goes behind the Maryland net, then up along the boards. Now Grimberg needs to get back. Here comes Maryland with some speed. Rubbed out by Kopecky. Good job by Kopecky. Austin pokes the puck into the corner. Loose in front. Loose. Now Rampage tries to get back on it. Looking for a wrap here. They throw it in front. Shot. Oh, what a save. Oh, my gosh. Did he get that on his pad? What a save. Kennedy sprawls out on a point blank, what should have been the tie score, and puts a pad on it. 4:06. Buckle up at home, folks. It's going to be a long 4 minutes. Face off to Kennedy's left. Large House will take it. Puck drop. Oh, it's a trip, no call. Casa came out. He won the face-off, came out, and then got pulled down. Maryland holds it at the blue line, back into the corner. Now Casa along the boards. Rampage trying to get it out. Here comes Coop. Coop up the boards. Coop goes across, goes under the stick of Walnuts, who falls down. Now Walnut gets back up. Loose puck. Maryland. D to D pass. Cherry pick comes out in front. Kennedy's going to have to make a big save. No call here. I cannot believe that. Rampage take their guy down. No penalty call. I thought that might be a penalty shot for sure. Now Casagrande throws it deep, and it's played by the goaltender. No icing. 3:20 left. A break for Rampage. Looked like it could have been a penalty shot. It's kind of what they get for the cherry picking, though. It's ridiculous. Of course, we're not defending it, so Maryland along the boards. Loose puck, now back out of the zone. Good job. It's a foot race. Casa was trying to beat his man. Spencer was trying to beat his man. Now Marsh. Marsh has it. He's got two guys to beat. Marsh backhand into the zone. Marsh holds the puck. Got to be smart here. Marsh below the circle. Gets rubbed off by Maryland. Now tied up along the boards. Loose puck. Helen's down there. Now a chance. Rampage shot. I couldn't see who that was. Was that Greener? It was. Green got a loose puck and let one rip. Tough angle. Another stoppage comes at 2:39, and they just turned the heaters on in the rink now. Just in time for the game to end. 2:39, third period, here in Pittsburgh, 1-0 Rampage. Face-off will stay in the Maryland zone. Helen's in to take it. He's got Frazier behind him and Kopecky. Loose puck, squirts in front of the goaltender. Danger there. It got caught up in the snow. Marsh was on top of it. Goaltender poked it away. Good play. Now, Rampage out in front. Loose puck in the crease. Skated around behind. They were looking for a wrap. And the goaltender's going to cover with 2:18 remaining. Good extended pressure from Rampage. No changes here. Both teams will leave the players they have out there. Helen will take the faceoff again. He wins it back, but nobody there. Green got tied up. Maryland's coming in the other way now. Taken away by Frazier. Good job by Liam. Now chipped out by Helen. Nice job. Settled by Maryland. They're back on sides. Off the boards by Frazier. Marsh has it. Marsh, it's a 2-on-1. Marsh gets rubbed out. Outside, then pulled down. No call. They're just letting him play now. Now Maryland back the other way. Frazier retreats. Under 2 minutes remaining. Chip down deep. Picked up by Helen. Helen goes in for a hit. Then Kopecky. And we're going to have a penalty here, I think. Let's see what the call is. I think Kopecky's going to the box here. Let's see. It's going to be green. They're going to take them both, it looks like. They are. So there was a battle going down 200 feet away from the puck at the other end of the rink. Oh, maybe not. Maybe they are just going to take green. So here we go. This is going to be a tight. We wouldn't have it any other way, would we? Let's set the scene for you. Minute 42 remaining, third period. Rampage with a precarious 1-0 lead, about to go on the penalty kill for all but 12 seconds of the game. Like I said, why make it easy on ourselves? Wouldn't be fun, would it? Timeout White. Maryland will talk about their strategy. You can bet they're going to pull the goaltender once they get it in the zone, so they're going to have the extra 2 skaters at that point. Cole needs to make sure he's telling the boys not to let them get the puck down in our zone at whatever he can do. All right, timeouts are wrapping up. I mean, it's amazing the difference in the calling by these officials from the first half of the game. And again, as an official, I can criticize or at least comment on it. It was very tight to start the game, and now it's just gotten incredibly loose. Faceoff will be in the Rampage zone. It'll be to Kennedy's right. Schroed's in to take the faceoff. They already pulled the goaltender, so 6 skaters in the Rampage zone. Critical that Rampage win the faceoff here and take a chance. Now, with the penalty killer, actually, that's not true because they're 14-year-olds. All right, Maryland's got it. They're going to win it. Across, shot, loose puck. Pinballs out in front. Now whacked out by Rampage, and it's going to be icing, but it gets the danger over for the time going. Hard out's fine. If it kisses off the boards and goes in the empty net, it's the same as if it didn't go off the net. Boy, that one was a hold your breath moment, though, with that loose puck flirting around the front of the crease. Face off won by Maryland. Now, top of the circle, shot. Schroeds blocks the shot. He's hurt. He's going to limp off. Stick on the ice. Can't put any weight on the leg. Right now, it's a 6-on-4. Excuse me, 3. Shot. Loose puck. Kennedy with the glove. What a save. Oh. Reaches out that big mitt and closes it. No rebound. Now it's a chance to replace Schroeds, who had a great shot block. 1:01 left in the 2-man advantage. Now the referee's having a convo. Okay, no harm, no foul. Face off to the right of Kennedy. Loose puck up to the top of the circle. Comes in front, top of the circle. Backhand shot, save. Kennedy off the pad. Marsh is trying to get it out. He can't. Now chipped off the boards. Held in by Maryland. Maryland holds it in the circle. Shot. Goes wide. It's going to get out of the zone, and it's off of Maryland. Chased down by Obo. Obo tries the open net, misses. Just wide. Oh, my goodness. He could have put a birthday cake on it. Maryland through the neutral zone. Going to get at least one more chance here. 39 seconds remaining. Back to center ice. They regroup. Now it's Maryland with numbers. Goes under the stick. In through the circle. Good pressure there. Nice. Tries to get it out. Trying to see who that was. It was Grimberg. Grimberg tried to get it out almost, but held in. Maryland, top of the circle. Back, bottom of the circle. They skated in. They walk, save. Kennedy off the pad, loose puck in front. Kennedy's got it. Now a Maryland player gets blasted with 13.7 seconds left and 2 seconds remaining in the 6-on-4. You can hear Coach Cole. He wants Marshy to win it backwards. He's right. If they can pull it back here and pin it on the boards and kill off this 13 and a half seconds. Marsh tries to win it. He can't. Loose puck goes out in front. Shot. Kennedy gets it, saves it right in the crease. Out in front for Maryland. Shot. Turn. Off the pad. Kennedy saves it. 1 second left. Here comes one last chance. There's the buzzer. And Rampage is going to win the game. And the boys mob Kennedy in the net, who stood on his head in that last minute and a half to preserve it. And let me tell you, it was a skip a beat moment with that 5 seconds left and that loose puck. So there you go. Handshake line coming out in front. By the way, best uniforms here by far. They are gorgeous. So Maryland and Team Maryland and Rampage have a barn burner of a game. Final score from Pittsburgh, 1-0 Rampage. An absolute nail biter down to the end. We will be back here, I believe, on the same rink this evening, 8:40 Eastern time, 6:40 for those of you that can't do math. Denver time. You guys enjoy your afternoon. We'll try and enjoy our afternoon, and we will see you later on.